Welcome to my 100-day journey in fields in Mistria. From an overgrown farm, I'll plant crops, raise animals, explore deep mines, battle monsters, and help bring Mistria back to life after a great disaster. In these 100 days, can I complete every challenge, unlock the town's secrets, and become its hero? Let's dive into the adventure. The town of Mistria is devastated by a terrible storm. Everything is in ruins. Many of the townspeople evacuate to the capital, including Adeline and Island's parents. With so few people left behind, restoring the town becomes extremely difficult. While searching for a solution, Adeline comes up with an idea. Why not send a message to the Adventurers Guild in the capital? Maybe someone will be willing to come and help the town. In return, they'll be granted a piece of land to start a farm and a new life here in Mistria. By chance, I come across that notice. Right away, it feels like an exciting opportunity, a chance to explore a new land and help people in need. Without hesitation, I pack my bags and set off for Mistria. But as soon as I arrive, I run into my first obstacle. The only bridge into town is badly damaged and completely impassable. As I stand there, unsure of what to do, a voice suddenly calls out from the other side. A young man gracefully jumps across the broken parts of the bridge and introduces himself as Bale, a traveling merchant. He immediately guesses that I'm here because of Adeline's message and offers to walk with me to my new farmstead. As we arrive, someone's already there waiting. Without missing a beat, Bale speaks up first.
Lord Island, look who I found out at the edge of the forest.
Island happily walks over to me and warmly welcomes me to the town. With his job done, Bale says his goodbyes and heads off to eat and rest. Island then leads me onto the farm and begins showing me around the place I'll be calling home for the time being. But just as we're about to enter the house, we get stopped. Adeline shows up and insists that we wait outside. She wants to clean and prepare the house herself to give me a proper welcome. A little while later, everything is ready and I receive a warm welcome from the townsfolk. The house, though small, is fully equipped. Here's a diary where I can save my game at any time. A bed that restores 100% of my energy if I sleep before 2 a.m. A calendar that helps me track festivals and the birthdays of the villagers. And of course, a storage chest, perfect for keeping my extra items when my bag is full. Before they leave, Adeline kindly brings me a bowl of vegetable soup, a local specialty of Mistria. She also tells me to meet her tomorrow so we can talk more about the town's recovery plans. After that, I head to bed. The long day of traveling has left me completely exhausted. Tired, yet excited. And so a new chapter begins, the start of my life here in fields in Mistria. Day 1. I sleep straight through the night and wake up refreshed. The moment I step outside, a girl named Saline comes over to greet me. She introduces herself and says she lives in the cottage north of Mistria. She's really happy to have a new neighbor and even brings me a housewarming gift, 3 tulip seeds and a worn hoe. While we're chatting, a man named Hayden rides up on horseback to say hello. He lives at Sweetwater Farm, and just like Celine, he doesn't come empty-handed. He gives me a watering can and 3 turnip seeds. Since I'm new around here, I ask them for a few tips on how to take care of my crops. After getting some advice, I dive right into planting. Once I'm done, I head back inside to put my tools in the storage chest so I have more room in my backpack. Then it's time to explore. I pick up anything I can along the way. When I reach the town center, I bump into Adeline. She takes the chance to introduce me to the town request board every day. Villagers post requests here, and if I complete them, I can earn rewards like gold, equipment, and most importantly, renown. The more renown I earn, the higher the town's reputation level becomes. This not only helps Mistria grow more famous, but also attracts more support from the capital. Because of the recent storm, Mistria lost 2 ranks. Since Adeline is the daughter of Mistria's Baron, raising the town's standing again is her top priority. Time to get started on my first quest, and of course, it's the classic meet everyone in town mission. I can use the map to find out where everyone is, and once I meet someone, they'll be added automatically. Since I'm near the general store, I stop by to introduce myself and check out what they sell. They carry seeds and some handy farming tools. Next, I drop by the inn where I learn I can use the kitchen there to cook. I keep walking around talking to everyone I come across. At Ryis's place, he tells me I can use the crafting station to make furniture and fences. When I visit Olric in March, I find out I can use the blacksmithing station to forge tools and metal items. Then I head over to the carpenter shop, where I discover I can craft or buy furniture, get new blueprints, build farm buildings, and even upgrade my house. Thanks to the map, I'm able to find the villagers I haven't met yet. Among them are 2 very special residents, Dozy the dog who lives at the bathhouse, and Henrietta the chicken at Hayden's shop. On my way to meet everyone, I also pick up various kinds of flowers, fruits, and vegetables. So I bring them to the museum to donate. Collecting and donating items for the museum also helps increase the town's rank. Finally, I visit the manor house to report back to Adeline and complete the quest. She rewards me with some tesserae and 3 potato seeds. With new seeds in hand, I head back to the farm and plant them right away. I still have a bit of time left before the day ends, so I clean up some weeds on the farm and collect useful materials like fiber, grass seed, hay, pine cones, and acorn. And that wraps up my first day. I end it with 140 tesserae, and thanks to everything I did, the town reaches rank level 1. Day 2. As soon as I open my eyes, I hear the sound of someone chopping wood. Curious, I step outside and see Island struggling to cut down a tree on my farm. When I approach him, he explains that during his visit to my place the day before, he noticed the tree seems to be hiding some kind of old stonework. As the head of the Historical Society, he's eager to learn more about it, but the tree is too hard for him to cut down alone. Hearing that, I offer to help. With my axe in hand, I give it a few solid swings, and the tree finally comes down. Underneath it, a statue of Caldarus is revealed, the legendary guardian deity of Mistria. The ancestors of this land used to worship statues like this. However, the statue's head is damaged, so I decide to repair it. After some work, it is restored. As a thank you for my help, Island gives me the axe and asks me to let him know if I ever discover any interesting archaeological finds. After that, I check my mailbox and receive a letter from Errol, urging me to visit the museum to the west as soon as possible. Before heading out, I water my crops. I also grab some autumn flowers to donate to the museum. When I arrive, Errol comes out to greet me warmly. He gets straight to the point. He invites me here to talk about museum donations. To help the museum grow and diversify, I can donate archaeological items, plants, insects, and fish from the local area. Everything I donate is displayed for visitors to admire. My efforts don't go unrewarded. The Historical Society compensates me with renown and all kinds of useful rewards. After our talk, I donate some spring crops. Then I spend some time running around, gathering items from the wild. Later, I head into town, visit the town board to claim my rank level 1 reward, and accept the quest for the day. I also stop by the general store and spend all my money on potato seeds. Next, I go find Olric and talk to him. He takes me to the blacksmith shop and shares that he used to be a miner, but the mines are now closed due to the storm. If I want more information about the mine, I can ask Errol, who used to be the mine's foreman. Olric kindly gives me a worn pickaxe. Though old, it's good enough to break small rocks. If I want a better one, I need to forge it or buy one from him. He also mentions his younger brother, March, a skilled blacksmith in town, although with a rather difficult personality. As soon as Olric says his name, March appears and says in a harsh tone,
"If getting a handout from my brother counts as a special request, I'm not sure I'd go bragging about it."
Olric just laughs and tells me to give March a chance. He doesn't have many friends. After that, I return home, plant all the potatoes, and water them. Later, I go to the western ruins and use my pickaxe to dig holes in the ground. I find a variety of archaeological artifacts. Since the museum is on my way back, I drop by and donate everything I find. I complete the spring flower set and receive a farmer's cap and a wooden treasure chest as a reward. Inside the chest are 75 tessery and 2 cranberry seeds. With the remaining time in the day, I go out to collect more materials, chop tree roots for wood, use my sword to cut grass, it doesn't use up any energy, and shake trees for items. Before 2 a.m., I go to bed. That night, I have a strange dream. The stone statue on my farm begins to speak. It says it is Caldarus, the protector of Mistria, and thanks me for helping to repair its shrine. It can't remember how long it has been asleep. Its memories are still blurry. It mentions that magical essence has begun to flow again in Mistria and pleads for my help. It needs me to gather this essence and offer it at the shrine so it can regain its strength. Before the dream ends, Caldarus grants me the ability to sense and collect essence. Now, while doing daily tasks, I can find essence in the world. At the end of the day, the town rank increases by 3 levels. Day 3. I start the day by reading the mail. Adelina sent me a letter asking me to meet her at the bridge east of town. She says she introduced me to a group that's leading a repair initiative. After finishing a few tasks on the farm, I head into town. As the first cross the bridge, I notice a dive hole in the river below. I jump in and dive down, managing to catch a pike. Next, I stop by the town board to claim all the rewards from the wooden chest and also pick up today's quests. I unlock 2 new cosmetics. Since I got a new shirt, I put it on right away. It's not the best looking, but it's new, so why not? At the meeting spot, everyone is already gathered. The broken bridge has been a huge inconvenience for the town. Balor can't use wagons, making it hard to transport goods. Although they've requested help from the capital, there's been no progress. Fortunately, Nora was able to rally the local merchants to raise some funds. However, construction materials are scarce and expensive, so I agree to help collect materials. Balor mentions that there are plenty of quality rocks and wood on my farm. I need to gather 60 stone and 60 wood. Once the repairs are done, the Saturday market will be able to reopen. Adeline sets up a donation box near the bridge, and once I've collected everything, I should report back to her. It's still early, so I go artifact hunting again. Whenever I find something new, I head straight to the museum to donate it. This time, I complete the dig site material set, unlocking another hat skin. Next, I grab a wild leek from home and bring it to Reyna to complete a quest. Since it's still not too late, I stop by the inn and cook a little. After that, I run out to the beach to see what's there. But my bag is already full, so I head home to drop off some items. The chest in my house is already full. So I decide to buy another storage chest. It's a bit pricey, but definitely worth the money. Running around all day completing tasks pays off. The town rank goes up by 2 levels. Day 4. Today is the 4th day of spring, Ryis' birthday. The moment I step outside, I notice it's raining. What a relief, no need to water the crops. I immediately head out to chop some wood and mine rocks to gather materials. Once my stamina is nearly drained, I stop and head into town to claim rewards and pick up the next daily quest. Today, I also unlock a new pair of pants. Next, I visit the carpenter shop to give Ryis a birthday present. Since I've just moved here and money's tight, I gift him a wild berry. After that, I continue my archaeological hunts and manage to find a few new artifacts. Then I head to the inn where Luke had invited me to meet him. As I walk in, I see him and Errol waving a net around, seemingly trying to catch something. When they notice me, they stop and explain that Errol has agreed to display insects at the museum. Luke invites me to join him in catching as many insect species as possible and even gives me a worn net to get started. Excited about my new tool, I run around trying to catch bugs. Unfortunately, I only managed to find a single caterpillar all day. With the last bit of my stamina, I smashed some rocks back at the farm. Day 5. This morning, I receive a letter from Reina inviting me to the Sleeping Dragon Inn. Every Friday evening, everyone gathers there to chat and enjoy food together. If I meet her at 6 p.m., she'd treat me to a free drink. I notice that 3 of my turnips are ready to harvest, so I rush over and pick them, more items to donate to the museum. Then I water my crops. After that, I head out to gather more wood and stone, aiming to collect 60 of each. It takes a while, but I finally get enough. I bring the materials to the donation box near the bridge and place them inside. Then I wander around town gathering whatever I can find for the museum. I manage to collect quite a few things. At 7 p.m., I go to the inn and meet Adeline to report that the job is done. She brings me to the bridge where she announces to everyone that the materials are ready. Ryis and Bale jump into action and begin repairs. Before long, the bridge is fully restored. That means the Saturday market can now reopen. After the repairs, I head back to the inn and talk with everyone. Juniper is there, so I give her a lilac. She suddenly invites me to the bathhouse, and I follow her, still unsure what's going on. 3 kids show up too, saying they smelled something weird and followed the scent. Turns out it's coming from Juniper's cauldron, not for bathing, but for brewing a tonic. She claims that just one sip will make anyone feel instantly refreshed. No one believes it. The smell is awful. Still, she tells me to add the final ingredient into the cauldron and starts preparing the mixture. It smells even worse than before, like manure. Del says he wants to try it, but Juniper insists that I be the one to drink it. I really don't want to, but I also don't want to let the kids suffer. So I do it. The moment I drink it, I feel weak and dizzy. I have to soak in the hot spring to get rid of the toxins. After a while, I feel better again. From now on, whenever I'm out of energy, I can come back to soak in the spring and recover, but it costs 100 terras each time. Once I'm back to normal, I go to the inn again. Reina gives me a mixed fruit juice, just like she promised. With my energy restored, I return to the farm and spend the rest of the night chopping wood and mining rocks. By the end of the day, the town rank reaches level 9. Day 6. It's Saturday, and there's a lot to do today. First, Island asks me to meet him and Errol at the museum to talk about reopening the caves. Second, today is market day in town, so I need to stop by and greet everyone. I also receive a gift from Juniper, a crystal ball that lets me check the weather forecast for the next day. Then I head to the museum to talk with Island and Errol. When I arrive, both of them are already waiting. After greeting me, Errol immediately brings up something about a scheme. I'm a curious person, so the word scheme instantly grabs my attention. It seems the two of them have different views. Island wants to reopen the mine, while Errol prefers to focus solely on the museum, believing that the more exhibits it has, the more Mistria's reputation will grow. Island tries to convince him that I'm capable of exploring the mine, and that whatever I find there could also benefit the museum. Still, Errol hesitates. He's been hearing strange noises coming from the mine after thinking it over. He finally says that if the town's rank reaches the stone tier, he'll agree to open the mine. Now I have a new goal to work towards, so I go out to gather more materials and archaeological artifacts. Once that's done, I head to the market and talk to everyone. I also complete some of the villagers' requests. Then I stop by the town board to collect rewards and take on new daily quests. In the evening, I return to the farm and spend time chopping wood and breaking rocks. Day 7. It's a new day, and I started by checking my mail. Adeline has sent me another letter asking me to meet her at the manor house to discuss Mistria's emergency supply reserves. There's also big news since Mistria's town rank has reached stone tier. Errol now wants to meet me at the entrance to the cave west of town to talk more about reopening the mine. Adeline also sends me a copper ingot as a reward for the town's rank advancement. The weather today is stormy with rain and thunder, which means I don't need to water the crops. That's a relief. I head into town to claim my rewards and pick up new daily tasks. One of the rewards is a potion that increases my maximum stamina. I decide to save it for when I'm really low so I can get the most out of it. I realize I forgot to report to Nora after finishing the Saturday market task, so I quickly find her and complete it. She rewards me with 200 terras, which brings my total to 1,000. That's enough for the bag upgrade, so I rush off to buy it. My bag now has 10 more slots. How great is that? Just in time too, with the mine reopening. I head over to the mine entrance, where Errol and Island are already in a heated discussion. Errol congratulates me on helping the town reach a higher rank, but says he doesn't see the need to reopen the mine. Things are fine the way they are. But Island argues that the shortage of stone, ore, and mining artifacts is a serious problem. After both of us try to convince him, Errol finally agrees to reopen the mine. He warns me to be careful though. The recent earthquake revealed deeper, unexplored sections of the cave. The elevator is partially broken, but I'll still be able to use it on certain levels. Inside the mine, I find a dragon statue similar to the one on my farm. The adventure begins. To go deeper, I need to locate the cave's ladders. I work hard breaking rocks and mining ores. I'm having a bit of trouble fighting the monsters as I'm still learning how to take them down. In the mine, I also collect various types of insects and plants, like mushrooms, for example. Later, I make my way to the manor house for my meeting with Adeline. After the earthquake, Mistria's emergency reserves are nearly depleted. I volunteer to donate berries, but she says they also need crops. She gives me 10 potato seeds to grow and donate once they're harvested. I rush back to the farm to plant them. Luckily, it's still raining, so I don't need to water them, giving me time to gather more wood. That night, I have a strange, vivid dream. A cat comes to live with me. I can't decide on a name, so I just go with something random. I'll change it later. The town's rank increases again, now at level 13. Day 8. Turns out it wasn't a dream. A cat really did appear and has now moved in with me. Today, the potatoes are finally ready to harvest, so I quickly gather them all. That gives me the 10 crops I need to complete the quest. Mr. Errol sends me 2 cooking recipes, so I learn them right away. As usual, I head into town to claim my rewards and pick up new daily quests. I also buy a cabbage seed to complete a donation request from the museum. After that, I take the copper to March to complete the task. He gives me the promised reward and then kicks me out. Hey, who do you think you are, man? I think, ready to teach him a lesson. But then Adeline shows up and speaks up for me. After hearing her, he thanks me. She also suggests that he give me a quick lesson on blacksmithing. While making a copper ingot, he explains the process to me. Adeline also asks March to gift me the copper ingot and says he'll be happy for me to use his forge. So from now on, I can come here to craft tools or smelt ores. So now I can visit the forge to smelt ore or craft gear. Awesome. Later, I ship 1 fennel to Celine, and she rewards me with a recipe for spring salad. Back at home, I sell 10 potatoes to complete another quest, prep some food, and then head to the mines. After a while of slaying monsters, breaking rocks, and searching for the next floor, I managed to find another archaeological item and some copper ore. It's late, so I exit the mine, and on the way home I even catch a lunar moth. Day 9. When I sell crops, I don't just earn money sometimes, I also receive cooking recipes from the locals the next morning. The first thing I do is check the reward box and pick up new quests. Every time I claim a reward, I feel more motivated to keep completing tasks to gain more renown. Today's reward is a crafting recipe for a stone chest. Next, I go talk to Adeline to let her know I've shipped the 10 crops. She thanks me and gives me 10 parsnip seeds as a reward. With seeds in hand, I hurry home, place the new chest outside my house to store items, and then plant the crops. Then I visit the museum. After donating some items, I complete the spring insect set. While I'm there, I also check which items are needed for the spring crop set, so I can plan what to grow. With all the outside chores done, it's time to head into the mine. Today's goal, reach floor 5. Let's see if I can do it. Floor 1 has no monsters, so I focus on breaking rocks. On floor 2, I'm greeted by 3 monsters. They give me a bit of trouble, but I manage to take them down. It's still tiring, though my attack damage is a bit low. I also find some items that can be donated to the museum. On floor 3, I get lucky and find a copper chest with some ore and a ruby inside. I make it to floor 4 almost there. After defeating another monster, my stamina is completely drained, but I eat a bowl of soup and get back to work. With my energy restored, I go right back to breaking rocks. Finally, I reach floor 5. I see 2 monsters, so I charge in and take them down. I've completed my goal, so I head back up. To finish the day, I go to the store and buy cherry and strawberry saplings. Back on the farm, I plant both trees. Day 10. Ryis asks me to bring him 10 pieces of wood, so I head over to see him right away. After that, he takes me aside and teaches me how to make fences. Fences help me organize the farm more efficiently, and even better, they keep animals from wandering into my crops. After his instructions, it's time for some hands-on practice. I work hard and manage to craft 5 fences. I really want to make another chest too, but I haven't reached the right level yet. Today is Olric's birthday, so I find him and give him a parsnip as a gift. Next, I smelt 2 more copper ingots so I can craft a copper shovel. Nearby, I happen to run into Maple, which allows me to complete a quest and earn another 100 terras. After that, I rush into the cave and head to the dragon statue to unlock more support skills for combat, since I'm currently struggling to defeat monsters. In the coming days, I plan to spend more time mining to collect more ores and stones. With everything ready, I head into the mine and end up staying until nightfall. As soon as I reach floor 5, 2 monsters rush in to attack me. Luckily, thanks to the new skill I just learned, I managed to dodge the first hit without taking any damage. This time I find 2 chests, one contains a miner's boot skin, and the other holds a miner's helmet. Day 11, I decide to rename my cat. After thinking for a while, I go with the name Chen, which means dog in French. Then I move the chest and place it near my crops for convenience. I spend the whole day focusing on mining. Before heading down, I unlock a new mining skill called Earthbreaker. With this skill, when I break a rock, there's a chance it destroys all nearby rocks in a 1x3 area. As I enter the mine, a fierce battle breaks out between a horde of monsters and a lone hero. The moment I get close, the monsters charge at me and land the first hit. But I'm not backing down, I fight back with everything I've got. Thanks to my martial arts skills, I quickly take down wave after wave of enemies. Along with the loot dropped by monsters, I also discover treasure chests containing outfit skins and ores. When I reach level 9, I'm exhausted. Despite trying everything, I can't find the stairs to the next floor, so I give up and leave the mine. I head to the museum to donate what I found, and with that, the Upper Mines Forage set is now complete. Day 12, a new quest knocks on my door again. Adelaine says the mill is damaged because of the earthquake. If it's repaired, I'll be able to use it to craft new products. She tells me to meet her at the office for more details. After reading the letter, I head straight to see her. When I arrive, I realize there are 2 other people joining the meeting. Once I'm there, it begins. Adeline says she secured part of the funding from the capital to repair the mill, but they're still short 1,000 terras. Not only that, they also need 150 wood, 200 stone, and 2 copper ingots. Hearing all this, I understand why they called me in. I agree to donate the materials right away, no time wasted. Now I start thinking about how to quickly gather everything. First, I decide to get enough stone and copper, so I go forge a copper pickaxe. Then I cook some trail mix to take with me into the mine. Once I'm fully prepared, I begin my mining trip to collect stone and copper ores. By midnight, I'm rushing back home. Day 13. Today, my crops are finally ready to harvest. After collecting them, I sell everything except a few potatoes, just in case I need them later. Then I go to the quest board. This time, I see a notice on the board saying Josephine wants me to meet her at the Sleeping Dragon Inn. As I walk around the town square, I suddenly remember it's Saturday. That means it's market day and everyone is gathered at the plaza. I take the chance to chat with people to improve our relationships. I also drop off some quest items to the villagers while I'm at it. After making the loop around the market, I stop by the crafting station to make some furniture, hoping to hit level 2. But the level bar moves too slowly. So I give up and decide it's better to spend that time forging tools instead. I go to the forge and craft a copper sword. That's when I remember Josephine's request, so I head straight to the inn. When I walk in, I see everyone gathered in the kitchen. Turns out, Josephine is hosting a basic cooking class to teach people how to make vegetable soup. Barler is chopping veggies, Raina is washing them, and I can't just stand there doing nothing, so I step in to help. Before long, the soup is ready and we all eat together and enjoy a nice chat. My last task of the day is going mining. Nothing special happens, but when I get to the 7th floor, I just can't jump across to the other side. If anyone watching this knows how, please show me thanks so much. Feeling frustrated, I leave the mine. Since there's still time left in the day, I go find Juniper and give her a monster core. Back at the farm, I see I still have a bit of energy. So I chop wood until almost 2 a.m., then rush into the house to sleep. Day 14, a new day begins. I give my cat some cuddles before heading outside. Today, Celine comes to find me. She's just about to drop a letter into my mailbox when I catch her, so she talks to me directly instead. The Spring Festival is happening on the 17th, and from the 14th to the 16th. Everyone needs to work hard doing daily tasks like chopping wood, breaking rocks, and farming to collect Breath of Spring. Whoever gathers the most will receive special rewards. Sounds like a fun festival. After that, I wander around town gathering items while keeping an eye out for Breath of Spring. Thinking about it, today marks my 14th day living in town, and I still haven't tried fishing. So I decide to buy a fishing rod at the tackle shop. After that, I go fishing at the beach. Fishing is pretty simple, but to get a bite, I have to position the bait close to the fish and then wait for it to bite before pulling the rod. I catch 2 more fish when I suddenly remember I haven't bought any seeds yet. So I run to the store to buy some. After that, I head home to plant the seeds and water the crops. I keep working until almost 2 a.m., then dash toward my bed, but I don't make it in time and collapse right there on the floor. Day 15. Since I go to bed too late last night, I wake up today feeling exhausted. With the little stamina I have left, I prioritize watering my crops first. Fishing is something I want to do today. For the first time, I catch a treasure chest, and when I open it, I find some gold and a lemon pie. While fishing, I run out of energy, so I decide to go around foraging instead. Then I eat a few wild berries and dig for artifacts, hoping to find something new. After that, I go home, cut some grass. Then I head to bed to get enough rest. Day 16. Today is March's birthday, so I bring him a gift, but he turns his nose up at it. Okay, I'm just testing him, but with that kind of attitude? Fine, goodbye. I get annoyed first thing in the morning, so I head to the mine to take my anger out on rocks, ores, and monsters. Before heading down into the cave, I unlock all the skills related to mining and combat. This time I collect a good amount of stone and copper ore. I also discover some new artifacts. And even a new bug. Finally, I reach the 10th floor and unlock the elevator. It's already late, so I rush home before I collapse on the road. Luckily, I make it to bed just in time. That night, I dream about Caldarus again. He says that thanks to my hard work in Mistria, his power is beginning to return. As a reward, he grants me a human-compatible spell, the Full Restore spell, which fully recovers both health and stamina. What an amazing gift! Day 17. I wake up and realize I forgot to store my items in the chest last night. I mostly spent yesterday mining, and I surprisingly collected 53 Breath of Spring. I didn't expect to get that many. After storing everything, I head outside and find Celine already waiting at my door. She's here to collect and count the Breath of Spring I've gathered. I can't believe the festival is already here. I wonder how much everyone else in town has gathered. Do I even have a chance of winning? Oh well, for now I need to water my crops. After that, I run to the dragon statue and learn all the tier 1 skills for farming and blacksmithing. These will definitely help me a lot in the early stages of exploring this land. Festival time arrives. The area is beautifully decorated, everything is colorful and full of spring vibes, with flowers scattered all around. Then it's time to announce the top 3 collectors of Breath of Spring. I'm so nervous, where will I place? One by one, the names are called. Errol. Celine. And I'm overwhelmed with joy. I come in first. The reward includes lots of spring-themed decorations. My very first festival here ends on such a high note. Afterward, I go around talking to everyone and check out what's being sold at the festival stalls. Nora's shop has decorations. Mabel's stall sells food. And the clothing shop offers outfits with beautiful floral designs. Unfortunately, I can't afford to buy anything right now. Later, I head back to the farm to chop wood and clean up until I run out of energy. Since it's still early, I run over to Eastern Road to forage for food. Day 8 eating. The town greets me this morning with a rainy sky. Since I don't have to water my crops, I use the time to forge a copper axe. Thanks to this new axe, I can now chop down large stumps and gather hardwood. I spend the rest of the morning chopping wood and breaking rocks around the farm. Finally, I gather enough materials and have enough tesserae to repair the mill. So I rush over to the donation box and drop everything in. After that, I find Adeline to report the good news. Ryan then uses the materials and successfully repairs the mill. From now on, I can use it to produce many new items, most of which are related to the animals I'll be raising. With some money still left over, I head to the carpenter's shop to see what I can buy. After a bit of browsing, I decide to purchase the blueprint for a small red co-op. The next morning, as soon as I wake up, I get to work chopping trees and clearing space to make room for the new coop. After a while, I manage to place it, but I don't have enough materials to build it yet. So I get back to chopping trees. One by one, the trees fall to the ground. Once I have all the materials, I build the co-op. 1, 2, 3 and a small, cute little chicken coop appears. Inside, there's already a chest and a mini shipping bin. Next, I reposition the well and move the mini shipping bin closer to the mailbox for easier item selling. After that, I head straight to Hayden's shop. The moment he sees me, he already guesses what I'm here for. He tells me he sells a variety of things for raising animals. He also explains that if I feed, pet, and let the animals roam outside, they'll produce all kinds of wonderful produce. Plus, I can even breed them by feeding them heart-shaped treats, which may result in animals with rare color variants. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to buy a chicken just yet. So I check the active quest board to see if there's anything I can complete. I find a request from March asking for 5 copper ore and another from Balor who needs 1 copper ingot. Without hesitation, I go deliver the items to both of them. First is Balor. He gratefully accepts the ingot and pays me 220 terrasia. Then it's March's turn, but he's stingy as ever and only gives me 75 terrasia. Later, I go fishing. On my way to the beach, I dig up a new artifact. Right after I cast my line, I catch a bronze chest. Then I notice a diving spot on the water's surface, so I jump in and scoop up some seaweed. Sadly, my bag is full, so I head home without catching any actual fish. What a failed trip. Back at home, I open the chest and find a bit of money and some watermelon seeds. Day 20. Today is market day. It's Saturday, so the town is bustling with people. I take a chance to bring some items and complete villagers' quests. First, I deliver 2 shards to Island. Then I hand over a morel mushroom to Dr. Valen. After completing those 2 quests, I head to the museum to donate some items. Next, I explore the mine. While exploring, I managed to find a new artifact. By the end of the day, I reached down to level 15. On the way home, I stop by the Hayden shop and buy a Spotted Hen. Back at the farm, I rush into the co-op. And there she is, my adorable little chicken. Day 21, my potatoes are finally ready for harvest. I quickly gather them and end up with 13 tubers. Then I check the mailbox. Adeline has asked me to come to the Marner house to discuss something about upgrading the town. Before heading out, I go into the coop to pet my chicken and let her outside so she can forage on her own. The cherry tree I planted has grown big and started bearing fruit. I eagerly reach out and pick all. I notice I've saved up quite a bit of essence, so I decide to unlock some new skills. After that, I meet up with Adeline and Island. My next task is to help them clear the debris and damage left by the recent earthquake. We head to the square to repair the cracks in the pavement. While we're working, Raina and Celine happen to be walking by. I invite them to help out. Thanks to the extra hands, the job gets done much faster. Next, we move to the museum to clear rocks and sweep up trash. Some of the fallen stones can be used to repair the mountain stairway. While we're at it, Errol and Tyrithia show up, eager to lend a hand. Mr. Errol steps in and breaks a huge rock with one powerful swing. He's stronger than all of us combined. Everyone gathers at the mountain steps. March and Ryan volunteer to handle the repairs. The sound of their hammers echoes as they work. Soon, the staircase is fully restored. We all climb up, and it feels amazing to see the town coming back to life thanks to everyone's teamwork. Up the mountain, I find a lemon tree heavy with fruit. I don't hesitate, I pick some right away. A gift from nature like this? Of course I take it. I head back to the museum and donate the cherry and a hummingbird hawk moth. With that, I complete the spring crop set and multi-season set. I claim my rewards and open them. There's a new outfit, so I put it on right away. After that, I spend some time chopping down tree stumps until nightfall. Then I head home and bring a goby fish to Uncle Holt. His family is gathered around, enjoying pastries together. Suddenly, I find myself missing the feeling of sharing a meal with my own family. After completing the quest, I quietly take my leave. With the quest complete, I quietly take my leave. Day 22. I run into town to claim my reward for helping the town reach reputation level 21. Since I'm nearby, I stop by the general store to buy more potato seeds to plant back at the farm. After that, I head over to the crafting station and work hard to create items that will level up my crafting skill. I carefully make 3 rugs, and finally I reach level 2. That means I can now craft stone chests and hay bales, so I immediately make one of each. Now it's time to go home and plant all the seeds in the soil. Once I'm done, I set off for the mines. But I get too caught up in fighting monsters and end up getting knocked out. The next thing I know, I wake up in the clinic, lying in a bed. Dr. Valen tells me he treated my injuries and helped restore some of my stamina. Day 23. This morning, I receive a very simple quest. Deliver 6 wild berries to Elsie. I don't have any in my inventory, but luckily there are 2 berry bush nearby, both full of ripe fruit. I pick from both and end up with exactly 6 berries. I find Elsie and hand them over. In return, she gives me the recipe for wild berry scones. After that, I head into the mines again. This time, I bring my fishing rod. Since I occasionally see fish swimming in the underground pond, these lakes appear randomly on different floors. The whole pond is so big, yet there's only 1 fish in it. I quickly reel it in, and it turns out to be a stone loach. Later, on floor 18, I catch another, a cave eel. Day 24. Early in the morning, I receive a letter from Adeline asking me to come to the general store. She's about to announce Phase 2 of the Mistria restoration plan. My town rank is now level 22, and I receive a beautiful ranger's jacket as a reward. Without hesitation, I put it on. Wearing it makes me feel like a real mage. I rush to the general store. Uncle Holt and Aunt Nora look surprised to see me. Mistria has been recovering peacefully since the earthquake, but Adeline is worried we'll become complacent. She wants everyone to return to rebuilding and improving the town. The first place we'll upgrade is the general store. However, there's one issue because this is an upgrade project, not a restoration one. The capital won't fund it. And at that moment, everyone understands who will fund it. Yep, none other than me, Strawberry. The materials required are 500 stone, 300 wood, 5 copper ingots, 5 iron ingots, 3,000 tesserae. That's a lot to prepare. Next, I head to the inn to roast 2 sweet roots. Then I go back home to store items so my backpack has room for mining loot. Before heading out, I check on my little chicken, and to my surprise, it has laid an egg. I pet and praise it, then carry it outside so it can walk around and forage. With everything settled, I head straight to the mines. I'm eager to fight monsters, smash rocks, and find the path to the lower levels. At floor 17, I spot a treasure chest. Excited, I open it only to have it explode in my face. It's a trap. It hurts and only gives me 2 tesserae. What a scam. Just when I thought today was a terrible day, I made it to floor 19. There were no monsters, just rows of copper ore in another chest. I opened it, gathered everything inside, mined all the copper, and then descended to floor 20. Suddenly, a strange new area opens before me. It looks nothing like the previous floors. A faint voice echoes in the distance.
Hero the Water Seal.
I look around and find a stone tablet. Curious, I examine it, but I can't understand the writing. Maybe Alan can translate it, so I take a rubbing of the tablet to bring to him. Before leaving, I open the golden chest nearby. Inside are lots of ores, a mana potion, and a pair of scrap metal boots with +1 defense. Better than my current gear, so I equip them immediately. Feeling drained, I cast a spell to restore some stamina. Then, since I have the mana potion on hand, I drink it and my mana increases by 1 point right away. Still curious about the tablet, I hurry to Island to have it translated. We go to his office. He tells me the writing is in Witchspeak, a language once used to communicate with dragons. It's ancient and very few people understand it today. However, someone in town knows more about it than he does Juniper. We go to find her. As soon as she sees us, she guesses what we want and teases us a little. But when she sees the Witchspeak, her mood changes. She's excited and insists on studying it right away. It takes her a while, but eventually she deciphers it. It turns out to be a list of tribute items required by the mine. Luckily, I should be able to find those items inside the mine itself. Day 25. I decide to spend most of my time in the mines today, so I prepare some food to bring along and gather the offering items listed for the cavern. Once I'm ready, I head straight to the mine. If I dig up any artifacts on the way, I just toss them outside to free up space, but don't worry, they won't disappear. Then I go down to floor 20 and place the offering items on the shelf. After that, I continue heading deeper to find fish to catch. After several attempts, I keep catching only cave shrimps, not the fish I'm looking for. Still, I manage to discover a new artifact. With a bit of time left, I try to take down one last monster. And do a bit more fishing. This time, I catch a cave shard fish. Day 26. This morning, I go to the museum to donate the artifacts I found yesterday since I didn't have time to do it last night. Next, I continue my journey back into the mines to go fishing. As soon as I descend one floor, I already find a cave pond and catch a brand new fish. On the next floor, there's another pond. I cast my line again, and finally, the fish I've been looking for appears, the stone loach. I take the elevator down to floor 20 and place the fish on the offering shelf. As soon as I do, a loud rumble echoes and the sealed door opens. A mysterious figure appears. She says she's the dragon priestess and tells me to meet her deeper below. Then she vanishes, leaving behind a heart crystal. ChatGPT said, if I eat it, my health instantly becomes full and my total health bar also increases. After that, I descend to floor 21. From this floor onward, I start seeing iron ore, along with new fish and plants compared to the earlier floors. The monsters also grow stronger. I'm only here to scout out the changes, not to dig any deeper, so I head back up. It's still early, so I stop by the museum to donate some items to clear up space in my bag. The reward for completing the upper mine fish set is a beautiful hat. I put it on right away. How do you think it looks on me? On the way home, I pass by a pond filled with water chestnuts, so I gather some. Then I head to the inn to give them to Juniper, who rewards me with the recipe for water chestnut fritters. After chatting with everyone, I leave for home. I haven't even set foot on the farm when I hear Caldarus calling out to me. He tells me that the water seal has been broken and part of his power has returned. As thanks, he grants me a spell that can summon a short-range shower just enough to water all my crops. He also recalls that there are a total of 5 seals, all damaged by the earthquake, but he can't quite remember where they are. He asks me to break them all. Day 27. It's Saturday, which means it's time to bring the hay bale to Merri, since she doesn't live in town and only comes here to sell goods on market days. While I'm at it, I take the chance to greet everyone. My friendship with a few villagers improves, and I gain 1 heart with them. After that, I head to the carpenter's shop to buy the blueprint for a small white barn. Then I return home, tidy up a bit, and place the barn next to the co-op. It requires a lot of wood to build, so I chop trees around the farm. I only need 100 pieces of wood, so it doesn't take too long. I already have enough stone at home, so I grab the materials and start building. Soon, the barn is complete, but I still need to save up more money before I can buy a cow. Once the construction is done, my energy is almost gone, so I spend the rest of the day foraging for food. After that, I head up the mountain and spot a stone basin filled with water. I take a drink, and my stamina increases by 20 points. Following that, I continue gathering. Day 28. Today is already the last day of springtime. Flew by so fast. My potato crop is finally ready for harvest. I keep 4 potatoes for myself and sell the rest. Then I visit Caldarus statue and learn many skills related to daily activities. After that, I head to the mine to explore the floors from level 21 onwards, since I need a lot of iron to complete the general store upgrade quest. Inside, I also discover many new kinds of insects and unusual plants. After that, I decide to forge some gear to boost my defense, since the monsters are getting stronger. Without better equipment, I'm afraid I'll end up getting knocked out by them over and over. I decide to forge a copper helmet and a copper armor. Tonight, I'm going to sleep early because I'm excited to welcome summer and curious about what awaits me. I'm sure it's going to be a lively season.